Hello, and this is the presentation of the concepts of the methods and approach. And I'm gonna explain the concepts. They are around nine, and the first one is total physical response. This approach refers to create activities that connect both sides of the brain, the left and the right sites. Activities to create activities that allow to the students to connect both sides, like the creative side and the logical side. The the second one is the silent way. It's to use tools and how do you say tools and realia objects that which students use to relate the content with that information. Obviously, while teaching. The third one is community language teaching. The learners first they use translation to communicate the message to their pupils. The fourth one is suggestopedia. It's related to the environment and to the students' classroom. For example, it could be to decorate, to set music, to play music in the classroom, to use the furniture, to create an appropriate environment for the students where they have a better process of learning. The the other one is whole language. Here the main point is writing and reading skills. That's why the activities that help to students to develop these skills are better than other. That's the main focus. Writing and speaking. The other one it's multiple intelligence. Well, that's a concept that most of the students who like me who are learning English language teaching, it's easy to identify. Multiple intelligence is related to the abilities that students sometimes those abilities are unborn. They have like that preference to one kind of activity than the other. For example, to music to learn something, or games to someone who is a kinesthetic student. The next one is neuralistic programming. It's related to psychological aspects for students that for teaching. Obviously, if I am going to teach in this approach, using this approach, I'm gonna use psychological aspects in during while teaching, like games where I can see the problems, or games will that help me to show the students the emotions, or activities like that one. The other one it's the logical approach. The logical approach refers to the structure to work with the language, to learn vocabulary. It's more obviously, I like it says to the name, it refers to logical things like vocabulary, grammar, like the construction of the language and stuff like that. Competence-based language. It focuses more in the output, in the outcomes, than in other aspects. It focuses more in what students will be able to do and the goals that they will have at the end of the learning process. And for me, that's it. These are all of the methods and approach.